Hi guys, welcome back. Well, today's video is going to be all about the cheeky little makeup purchases I made recently with a friend from the Makeup Geek website. So first of all, I will just talk you through what I purchased and show you some of these products in action. I'll be doing swatches and things like that, and I'm also wearing both of them now. And then towards the latter part of this video, I'll also talk about my experience ordering from the Makeup Geek website, and I'll be talking about things like shipping charges and customs charges as well. So that part of the video is going to be especially relevant to people who live in the United Kingdom. And the first part of the video is going to be good for pretty much anyone who just wants to know about these products and to see what I purchased. So let's get started. The first thing I'll talk about is this NYX Butter Gloss. Now, I picked this up from the Makeup Geek website because NYX can be very difficult to get hold of here in the UK. However, I did order this from the Makeup Geek website at a cost of $5.99. Before I realised that these were actually sold in my local NYX store. And if you saw one of my Boxing Day haul videos, you'll probably have seen me pick up quite a lot of NYX makeup, including about 7 butter glosses, which I purchased for £2 because they were also included in the sale. However, this is the shade Vanilla Cream Pie, and this was one that I didn't manage to pick up in the sale at NYX. So I'm actually still really glad I have this one, and I'm really pleased to be able to add this to my little NYX Butter Gloss collection. So this is what I am wearing on my lips now. I do have a lipstick underneath as well. I'm wearing Max Plink underneath, but mainly the colour you're seeing on my lips is this butter gloss here, and that's one of the things I really like about the butter glosses, is that they're ideal for wearing on their own or over a lipstick. So let's have a little swatch of this. It smells lovely. I know pretty much everybody says that about these, but really they do smell so much nicer than the average lip gloss. And that's a little swatch there. It is kind of quite a baby pink, almost a little bit of a hot pink in there, but it's just a really nice wearable pink shade, and it can be kind of worn quite sheer, or it can be kind of layered up to create quite a lot of pigmentation and colour payoff as well, so I really do like that one a lot. Interestingly, I was reading the ingredients and I did discover that the first ingredient is in fact mineral oil, which is interesting because mineral oil is basically what Vaseline is. So perhaps that's one of the reasons why these have that kind of smooth feel and why they're so moisturising. Anyway, I thought that was just an interesting point to mention, so very happy with this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Vanilla Cream Pie. So let's move on to the next item I picked up, and that is a Makeup Geek loose pigment, and this is in the shade Insomnia, and this is very much regarded as a good dupe for MAC's blue-brown pigment. So let's have a look at this, shall we? It is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I don't think I did a terribly good job of applying it because it was my first attempt and I couldn't find a eyeshadow brush, so I did kind of just apply it with my finger. So I don't think it looks as good as it could do if I applied it a little bit more professionally. But I'm still happy with the effect that it gives because it does give a really nice kind of duochrome multi-dimensional effect. So here's the little pot, and I really like the fact that there's kind of like a little thing on there. It's like a lid, but there's like a hole in the middle as well where you can obviously dip your brush in. So that means that the pigment doesn't kind of go everywhere. You can kind of contain it a little bit while still quite easily access it. So I've never seen that in a loose pigment before, and I really do think that is a very good idea and a very nice touch indeed. So there's just a little bit that I've managed to get out onto my finger. Let's see if we can do a half decent swatch with that. So as you can see, a very kind of multi-dimensional duochrome effect there, and I just love that. I think that it's the kind of colour that when applied, it just would look like you took a lot more time and a lot more effort to apply rather than just like one sweep of a single loose pigment. I think it looks like you probably blended two eyeshadows together, but it just looks really, really nice. And that's what it looks like there. I feel like when it's kind of a bit more of a heavier swatch, applied a bit more heavily, it kind of leans a bit more to the blue-green side. But when it's applied a bit more lightly, or swatched a little bit more lightly, it seems to lean more towards that kind of browny red side. So I really do like that one, and that is totally unique. There's nothing else like that I own. So anyway, let's talk a little bit now about my experience. So I live in the United Kingdom, and I ordered with a friend from the Makeup Geek website. She ordered, I think, 3 eyeshadow pans, and of course I ordered this loose pigment and the butter gloss. So the loose pigment cost $6.99 and the butter gloss was $5.99, and the eyeshadow pans that my friend purchased, I think they were about $5.99 each. So hers came to about the equivalent of £12 and mine came to about the equivalent of £11. And between us we had about £12 shipping cost, which we divided equally between us. So the shipping costs were really quite reasonable, to say that this makeup was coming all the way from America. And also it did arrive rather quickly. It came, I think, within 2 weeks, which is really, really good. I think the way that it is sent, it does require a signature on delivery. So if you're not in when the postman tries to deliver, he will kind of leave a note and then you'll be able to arrange redelivery or go and pick it up from the postal sorting office. Unfortunately, our order was subject to a customs charge, and actually any goods that are imported to the UK with a value of £15 or more are in fact liable to import charges. I think sometimes, occasionally, a package might kind of go through the post and go unnoticed and there might not be any customs charges, but that is not usual. The normal thing is for any package imported to the UK of a value of £15 or more to be subject to some kind of import duty, and the customs charges we had to pay totalled to £12. So again, we split that between us, but so £6 each for the customs charges, £6 each for the shipping. I feel like for me that kind of reduces the cost effectiveness of ordering in that way, and I think it just depends on your perspective. If you really like Makeup Geek products, and I do really like this Makeup Geek pigment and I would like to try more from the brand, but I love so many brands and I love trying so many different things, but for me it's important to stay within a budget, because ultimately the more I can get for my money, the happier I am, because you know, I don't want to be spending lots of money and not having a lot to show for it. That's why I prefer kind of more budget brands and things like that. Occasionally I'll splurge, but it will have to be something that I know I'm going to really enjoy and that I know it's going to be dear to me for a long time, and it's something that I'm going to get a lot of use out of. So where I'm coming from in terms of buying makeup is I'm coming from the point of view where I want value for money and I want to get as much for my money as possible. And I'm lucky in the sense that there are so many good brands around that I really appreciate and I see the value in, even though they're really inexpensive. And I think it just depends on where you're coming from. You know, a lot of people really enjoy inexpensive brands like me. Some people really don't go near inexpensive makeup brands because they think that they're rubbish, and it's just a perspective thing. I think also if Makeup Geek is a brand you adore and you adore their products, you are going to be willing to order from them even if you know that your order is going to be subject to customs charges. So for me personally, I don't think I'm necessarily going to be in a hurry to order anything else from the Makeup Geek website anytime soon, and that's nothing personal against the Makeup Geek website or the Makeup Geek products that I've tried. It's just to say that I don't personally feel like I want to be paying kind of additional customs charges on my makeup orders. So yeah, that's really where I am at, and I just thought I'd share that with you because if you are from the UK and you're thinking about ordering from Makeup Geek, just bear in mind that there are going to be potentially additional charges that you're going to have to pay, which will make it just a little bit more cost prohibitive for you to order from them. And that's certainly what I found, but I know that some people will just keep on ordering because they love the product so much, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It just depends where you're coming from, and it's important to kind of be armed with this information in advance so you don't feel disappointed. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the lovely makeup items that I bought, and I must say thank you to my friend for coming up with the idea of us making a joint order from the Makeup Geek website, because I'm really happy to have these two lovely products in my life. So thank you, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.